Hi everyone, my name is Leanne and today I'm bringing you a currently reading video. I tend to do currently reading videos once a month, although I didn't actually do one last month, and I try to do them all in one take because it's just a nice way for me to be able to give you guys a video and update you on my reading progress without having to spend ages editing. But I do still find them quite a challenge. Like, I feel myself coming to the end of sentences and feeling like there should be a jump cut somewhere. Like, it feels quite unnatural to me. But anyways, the books I am reading now, I have 3 on the go at the moment. The first of those is Nights at the Circus by Angela Carter. I'd read one Angela Carter book before. I'd read The Bloody Chamber at university. And I think it's a book that a lot of people end up studying. And I've never read anything by her since. I loved The Bloody Chamber. I thought it was fantastic. And I'm having quite a weird reading experience with this one. I'm less than 100 pages in. I'm on chapter 5, which is page 84. And I feel like I would have enjoyed this so much more if I'd read it a few years ago when I was at uni, when I'd just read a bit of Angela Carter, when I was really into postmodernism, kind of feminist magical realism, like when I was reading a lot of Jeanette Winterson. I think I've come to realise recently that I'm not that into magical realism, but I am less than 100 pages in. I've not really got to the core of this book yet. If you don't know anything about it, it is about a woman named Feathers who has wings that sprout from her shoulders, and nobody knows whether that's actually what her body is like or whether it's an illusion, and it's basically just following her story. So I'm intrigued to see whether I start to enjoy this one a bit more when I get more towards the middle of the novel. The next book I am reading is one I've been reading for a while, and that is Daniel Deronda by George Eliot. This is a book I started back in October, but I only got 200 pages in, and I hadn't read a lot of it at the start of November. So in the past couple of days, I've been like, no, Leanne, you can't be sitting around on this book forever. You need to actually read some of it. And I properly got into it, and I'm now on chapter 36, which is page 470. I'm enjoying this one a lot more now that I've really got into it. The point I got up to when I read it in October was just when the story catches up with the first chapter. So the way this book is structured is you get the first couple chapters where Daniel Deronda and a character named Gwendolyn see each other for the first time, and then you go into their backstory for ages. And by the point I'd got up to in October, we'd just caught up with the first couple chapters, and I've just been really, really enjoying it. I love how detailed we get into these characters' lives. I love Gwendolyn. I feel like what I really, really enjoy about George Eliot's books is how much I love her female protagonists. I just, even though they're like so flawed, but I actually think that's something that like draws me to her characters, the fact that they are so nuanced and have so many complexities. And a lot of this novel basically follows Gwendolyn deciding whether she wants to get married, and if so, who she would like to marry. And then we also have Daniel Deronda, who quite likes Gwendolyn, but he also really likes this Jewish girl that he's met, and he is on like this path of discovery about Judaism, and a lot of this book is about prejudice against people in the Jewish community. And yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where this one goes, full of social commentary as ever with a good Victorian novel. The final book that I am currently reading is Harry Potter, A History of Magic. This was one of my picks for nonfiction in November for the design prompt, because it is such a beautiful book. I picked this up last night thinking I would maybe read a couple of chapters of it before bed, and I got halfway through it. What is kind of annoying about this book, even though it is so beautifully produced, it doesn't have a ribbon to use as a bookmark, and for such a large book like this, I think it would be really useful. But I'm hoping I kind of remember where I was when I go to pick it up tonight, because this is definitely one that I am going to snuggle down with in bed later on. It was such a lovely, cozy read last night. This book is about the Harry Potter History of Magic exhibition that there was at the British Museum a while back. And there's like photographs and scans of different things that they had on at the exhibition, which includes like items directly related to the history of like the creation of the Harry Potter series. So we have J.K. Rowling's drafts where you can see like her editor's notes. We have initial sketches that she has done. We have some sketches that Jim Kay has provided from the process of making the illustrated editions of the series. And we also have artifacts from history that are linked to magical objects or magical creatures in the Harry Potter series. So there's stuff about the history of witches, the history of like cauldrons. The book is split by subjects that you can study at Hogwarts. So like there's a whole chapter on herbology and like mythical magical plants and their like real life origins. It's just a fascinating book, and I think even if you're not into Harry Potter, it's like a really interesting look at the history of just magic as a topic in itself. So I would really highly recommend this one. So they are all of the books that I am currently reading. I don't have an audiobook on the go at the moment, but I think if I end up starting one today, like if I go out or whatever, I think I'll probably start On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I really enjoyed her first book. Well, enjoyed's probably the wrong word, but I thought her first book, The Hate You Give, was fantastic. I've heard more mixed reviews on her second book, but I'm still really intrigued to see whether I like it or not. If you've read any of these books, do leave me a comment down below, and if not, let me know what you are currently reading. I hope you guys are having a brilliant day, and I will talk to you in my next video.